there's the short explanation, and then there's the key to why it works. So the short explanation is there's two sides of it. One is the identity side, and we're part of a cookie network that basically for about half of the US, half of the traffic in the US, we have put a cookie in people's browser that gets refreshed on average every 7 days.
Nice.
And it's from them hitting different websites and stuff. So a cookie gets placed in their browser with an anonymized email address in it. And that's the result of basically buying our way into email service providers like Robly, who want to sell their open and click data to monetize, to further monetize their platform or whatever. So we've got encrypted email addresses that are for the use of the advertising network in a bunch of people's browsers. We put a pixel on our customer's website, or our customers put a pixel on their website that watches for those encrypted email addresses, right? When we see one of those, on the other side of this thing, we have partnerships with a bunch of lead gen websites who've basically got third-party opt-ins for the entire universe.
Yeah.
And we buy those third-party opt-ins. So when we see the interesting thing about this encryption is Adam@getemails.com encrypts the same way every time. You can't unencrypt it, but if I have the opt-in somewhere else, I can encrypt that opt-in and then just do a VLOOKUP. If the encryption comes around and I go into my big database and I check it versus the encrypted versions of all of those emails, if the encryptions match up, I know I have the record and I can give it to you.
Amazing.
Does that vaguely make sense?
Yeah. Could you explain that one more time?
Yeah. So
Totally. That was a Canadian me saying sorry as well.
Yeah. So the identity part is basically things get anonymized in the advertising network. There's a bunch of anonymous digital identifiers for everybody, and the purpose of them is to do anonymous targeting with advertising, right? It's to take personally identifiable information out of it.
Yeah.
The essence of this service is we unanonymize these anonymous digital identifiers. The way that we do that,
go ahead, sorry.
The way that we do that is we basically have a database of almost everybody in the US. And with the same anonymization language that the ad network uses, we anonymize all of those emails, right? If I could show you this visual right now, I would. I have a little slide that shows you like Adam@robly.com looks like this. It's CBA21, like this 16-digit character, right?
Yeah.
Adam@robly.com will anonymize itself the same way every single time. So you can decode it
so
if
like
you
a
have
code
the email address. Yeah. You can.
You're
not supposed to be able to decode it, and you can as a human being. But if you have the email address somewhere else, then you can decode it.
Yeah.
So you match up your codes.
Yes.
So people would put your code
you match up your codes
on their site that would match up the codes, and then you could de-anonymize whoever comes, or at least a high percentage.
We de-anonymize anonymous users. Yes. But the key to it actually working, and the reason the match rate isn't even higher than 30%, it would be 50 if we didn't do this, is we'll only give you an email address that we have a registered open and click event for in the last 14 days.
Interesting.
Why? We know
open
they're
and
active.
Click or open or click?
Open and or click.
Gotcha.
And or gotcha.
So engagement is everything. We will never give you an email address we don't know is super active and hot. And the biggest problem you can get into in email is sending to a spam trap. Spam traps do not open and click. So this is a way to ensure that we will never hand you a spam trap.
Smart.